black manhood by the structures and the powers that be, the corporations. They found a way that they think they could put soul in the bottle. If they could put soul in the bottle, then they could put manhood in the bottle and then show the bottle and advertise it. And we can follow the crumbs to the big bad wolf.
I decided to follow the crumbs and ended up here at this Hip Hop Power Summit held in New York City. The summit was hosted by Power 105.1 FM, a radio station owned by media powerhouse Clear Channel Communications. There were hundreds of young black men and women here seeking pointers from hip-hop moguls like Russell Simmons, Irv Gotti, and BET executive Stephen Hill. Outside were dozens of aspiring rap artists handing out CDs and demos, hoping to get attention from anyone who would listen.
Listen, these niggas don't know who I am. It's crack, the drug dealer, car dealer, what's the deal? I'm the dealer, man. I could deal your hand, milligrams to kilograms. Where I'm from, Cypress Hill, how I could just kill a man. Call me nice when I'm smoothed out. Even without the dick, got bitches loving the beat. Bring beef, got Mac 11s like the WB. Got thug rappers that can't get over they rhymes. Some niggas quit on they slugs, my gun's cocking overtime. I make hate songs, spit till your face gone. Life's a bitch, and I'm trying to get my rape on. Man, I ain't leaving the party until the cake gone. Get your balloon pop, nigga, I bang strong.
Niggas screaming out agony cause they chickens is after me. Stop with the crying, see I murder you like Master P. I pack big guns to hit all of y'all faggots. I ain't Nas, but I'm on the bus off, it's still mad at me.
Everywhere I go, and I've been shooting this documentary for like 2 years now, you know what I'm saying? And every time I have kids spit for me, you know what I'm saying? It's all about the same thing. It's all about how you gonna kill somebody, how you gonna, how you gonna rape somebody.
I could walk up to you right now and say, yo, could have been a doctor, or I could have been a pops. Wonder what would have happened had I would have been a cop. Would I help the block, protect the good from the bad, or just be killing niggas cause the power on my badge? You know what I mean? That's nice, but nobody want to hear that right now. They don't accept that shit. They don't give us deals.
Who's
The
that?
industry. They usually don't give us deals when we speak righteously and things of that nature. You know, they think we don't want to hear that.
How many cats just stood here in front of me right now and started talking about how much drugs they sold? You know what I'm saying? How they will kill you, why they will shoot you.
Okay, now no, wait. They said that. How many MCs do you see in the industry on TV now talking something positive? How many? None. They're doing it because they say, I want to get there. They're going to do whatever we can do to get there. That's what it is.
I think when you're talking to a lot of these young rappers, the most important things for them is to get a record deal. And what they're hearing from the record companies is that there are only certain examples of blackness that we're going to let flow through this space. And when it comes to hip hop, there's certain conventions in which we want to see. We want to see kind of the hardcore thug performing hip hop. We want to see booty shaking in the background. And when hip hop videos don't fit into those conventions, they don't get played.
When I think about what we call the golden era from like 87 to 92, you had LL Cool J, you had NWA, you had Public Enemy, but you had De La Soul, you had Kwame, you know what I'm saying? And so you had a diversity of black male expression. And so if you wasn't with Chuck D, you can get with De La Soul if you were a bohemian. If you wasn't with them, you can get with Kwame, you can get with Tribe Called Quest, you can get with, Jungle Brothers, you know what I'm saying? So there's so many different types.
The current images out there of black and Latino men in hip hop, right? Do y'all feel like y'all want y'all sons to be like that?
No.
I mean, maybe some aspects of business, being entrepreneur, being wealthy.
They don't see that aspect on TV. They don't see. They don't even know that this is entertainment. Working out a deal with with a person at a company. They see 50 Cent on TV with his vest on. Yeah. They see him with his gat on his waist. That's what they see. Because they don't. I mean, the media doesn't want to portray us, minority people with they don't want us. They don't want you to see that we good fathers. They don't want you to see that we good businessmen. Exactly. We don't just sell drugs. I sold water last summer. Holla!
So you see the kind of schizophrenia that emerges among these young men. So you get this kind of notion of keep it real. And of course they have to keep it real to sell records. But at the same time, when someone actually pulls their coat, it's like, okay, this isn't really you. What's this about? It's an admission that that's a performance.
When Self-Destruction by KRS-One came out, we was all pumping it and loving it.
I just heard that the other day.
You know what I'm saying? Loving it.
We got ourselves together so that you can unite and fight for what's right.
But now, you can't go to a label with Self-Destruction. Why? Because you're going to self-destruct. The label's not going to put you out there. They're not going to do it.
Self-destruction. We're headed for self-destruction.
Nobody want to hear that shit no more. Soon as 50 comes saying he's killing up shit, he's selling out the roof. He's not got one kind of soothing, educational song, none of that. In the club, hit you with the ball, all of that violence. It's good music, but it got light violent content, and it's selling like motherfucking hot flowers.
The misery that was beginning to really accelerate itself in the Reagan-Bush era in the 80s has been manipulated and commodified by this white male power structure that controls the record labels, that control, urban radio, because every city you go to in America, there's a power this, a jam in that, or a hot something playing the same 10 to 12 songs over and over again. And so what it does is perpetuate the mindset that the only way that you can be a man, a black man, a Latino man, is to be hard, to denigrate women, to denigrate homosexuals, to denigrate each other, to kill each other. There's something wrong with that.
I talked to some young cats, young up-and-coming cats, or cats that are trying to make it as a rapper. And they say that they're not really thugs, right? But they know that in order for them to be successful in this game, that they gotta they gotta be thuggish. You know what I'm saying?
Then they're confused.
What do you think about that?
Those are the same cats who are just listening to the radio and just watching TV.
That's all. TV, they're confused.
Yeah, they don't know. We have trusted the media and the corporations to define what hip hop is. You know what I'm saying? It's like back in the days when it first came out, if ABC did a story on rap, you'd be like, oh, I know they bullshit. I know that's not true. But now you see it on the news. You see that this you see it on BET. You see it on because they call themselves hip hop now. It's like now, Hot 97 is the station where hip hop lives. So we hear that, and we don't understand that it's some corporation owned by people who have nothing to do with hip hop who are just trying to cash in. It's like, oh, hip hop lives there. All right, so they must know. That must be what rap is. No, we had never let the media define us. So why are we doing that now?
I went to talk to former Def Jam president Carmen Ashurst Watson about the shift in lyrical content in rap music.
The time when we switched to gangster music was the same time that the majors bought up all the labels, right? And I don't think that's a coincidence. At the time that we were able to get a bigger place in the record stores and a bigger presence because of this major marketing capacity, the music became less and less conscious. We went to Columbia, and then the next thing I know, our producers of Public Enemy were overproducing an Ice Cube album, and then the next thing I know, we're pushing a group called Bitches with Problems, BWP.
And once that perpetuated into one thing and corporations get involved, yes, you'll sell 2 million NWAs as opposed to 1 million PE. And you're going to go from Fight the Power to Gin and Juice.
Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Now, once the market forces have helped that shift come along, that's when you get 60-70% of the buying community now is a white community.
After 700,000 is all white people. After your scan passes 700,000, it's all white people. And he's well past 700,000. So the white people want to hear that killing everything. They want to hear about that shit.
I was on the Daytona Strip when I saw this white guy in his SUV blasting Fabulous's Keeping It Gangsta.
How you doing, man? Pretty good. All right. Hey, listen, man. Where you from?
I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Born and raised?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this your car?
I wish it was.
Are you fronting? Are you fronting like it's your car?
Yeah, I am fronting like it's my car, but no, it's my dad's.
How long you been listening to hip hop, man?
7, 8 years. I mean, since it started coming out in 91, 92, ever since then.
What is it that draws you to hip hop? You know what I mean?
What draws me to hip hop?
Yeah.
Just the pure emotion in the beats. I mean, I love the beats. I love every lyric that they spit. I mean, everything about it is just it's my style. I mean, you guys, colored people could say that it's their music, but I can get down to it just as much as they can.
Who are you, man? Did you just say colored people?
I don't know what term do you want me to use? I'm trying to be. I'm not a racist at all. That's why I feel like I can come down here and just roll and I can have no problems. No one's gonna try to do anything at me. I'm just trying to have a good time down here.
I hear you, man.
It is something that's as put on as baggy jeans for white boys. It is as put on as a fitted baseball cap and a do-rag. That's all they get. That's all they're gonna be able to get and identify with. And I know you white boys. I seen you. You know, you are the guys who come up to me and ask me why I am the way I am. And if you don't understand, ain't no way I can tell you. There's no way I can tell you. It comes with this.
I've never been to the hood. I've never been to a ghetto. I grew up in, upper middle class, basically white suburbia. We had a very small minority in our town, and that was it. And to listen to stuff like that is a way of us to see almost a different culture, well, a completely different culture. It's something that most of us have never had the opportunity to experience. I've never had to worry about drive-by shootings, and the stuff in the music, it appeals to our sense of learning about other cultures and wanting to know more about something that we'll never probably experience.
Does it reinforce stereotypes about
Yes.
black?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Especially if they talk about growing up poor and never having all this money, and then they come on MTV or VH1 with their large chains and their nice cars, and they sing a song about busting caps in people.
If you really want to know where this kind of, predatory black man comes from, look back at films like Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation is hailed by critics as a cinematic breakthrough in a great American movie. But D.W. Griffith's blockbuster, made in 1915, spread fear and paranoia about black masculinity with its mean-spirited stereotypes of black men as lazy, untrustworthy, oversexed and dangerous, particularly to white women, and gave rise to the Ku Klux Klan.
If the KKK was smart enough, they would have created gangster rap, because it's such a caricature of black masculinity. Yet young people of color are being presented with this idea that somehow these people represent us and they're cool and they're gonna stand in for us against the white power structure, while they're completely subservient to that white power structure. It's really an ironic, sad reality.